Have you ever felt your heart pounding hard when you think about what's ahead for our beloved Los Angeles Dodgers? Beneath the vast sky of Chavez Ravine, the 2025 season is living decisive moments where every choice can shape the future or celebrate the present. For those who wear the blue with pride, this isn't just about games or numbers. It's a renewed hope for yet another glorious chapter in the history of this franchise that carries decades of passion, battles, and unforgettable victories in its heart. Today, two trade reports are shaking up the backstage and sparking debates in every corner of Blue Heaven. These are decisions that involve more than just players. They involve the team's future, the legacy that will be left for the next generations, and a chance to finally raise that trophy that makes every fan dream of October. Without revealing names or details, I want you to get your heart and your memory ready for what may be about to unfold in Chavez Ravine. If you, like me, are someone who cherishes every moment, every step, every drop of sweat shed on the sacred field, this channel is your safe harbor. Here, history meets passion, and every comment you make helps build a path that this great blue family will follow. So, before we dive into this news that can change the Dodgers' destiny, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a second of this thrilling journey. Because here, fan, you don't just watch, you live every play, every decision, every dream. Trade number 1. Would you be ready to give up a piece of the future for one more chance to raise the trophy in October? For every fan who breathes Chavez Ravine like air, that question burns in the mind. Because those who wear the blue know, every big decision has a price. And now, with the trade market heating up, the Dodgers may be about to take a step that changes everything for the bullpen. A step that carries memories of glorious wins, but also the ghosts of bold trades that didn't always work out. Close your eyes for a second. Picture the lights of Dodger Stadium, the Los Angeles skies starting to darken, the sound of the bullpen gate opening when the game tightens up in the 8th inning. That's the moment when every pitch is worth more than gold. That's the moment when a reliable arm can be the difference between another painful elimination with a chance to etch a name into that blue mystique we call Blue Heaven. And that's where the name Griffin Jax from Minnesota Twins starts echoing through the hallways of Chavez Ravine. Tim Kelly from Bleacher Report was the one who lit this rumor. He's not a rotation ace. He's not a front-page star. He's a high-octane relief pitcher, the kind of piece that fits into a bullpen that's already suffered too much from injuries and inconsistency. The 2025 season has been a broken record when it comes to pitchers. One gets hurt, another comes back, but no one seems able to hold the line for long. And if there's one thing every Dodgers fan has learned, it's that without a fresh, dominant arm, October turns into a nightmare. But look, on the surface, Griffin Jax's ERA might scare off anyone who just glances at it. It's a 4.02 ERA. But anyone who understands baseball knows ERA tells only part of the story. That's why FIP, or fielding independent pitching, is so important. While ERA accounts for everything that happens on the field, FIP isolates what depends purely on the pitcher. Strikeouts, walks, hit by pitches, and home runs. In Jax's case, the FIP is 1.89, absurdly low. For perspective, the league average sits around 4.20. This shows that his ERA is inflated because the Twins' defense leaves a lot to be desired. They're tied for the 8th worst fielding percentage in MLB. In other words, Jax does his part, but there's no one cleaning up the mess behind him. And when we talk about domination, Jax has a trick up his sleeve that few have noticed. Among pitchers with at least 150 batters faced, he leads all of MLB in percentage of batters chasing pitches outside the strike zone, an impressive 41.6%. The guy makes hitters swing at air and walk back to the dugout shaking their heads. And it doesn't stop there. He's in the 99th percentile for strikeouts, with 38% of batters going down. Add to that the fact that he forces a lot of whiffs. 40.5% whiff rate, and you got an arm that can be pure poison when the score is tight. Now think with me. The team is 57-39, but just came off its worst losing streak since 2017. Anyone living the day-to-day knows the rotation is stretched to its limits, and the bullpen doesn't always hold leads that should be locked down. That's where the rumor gets interesting. According to Kelly, the cost of bringing Jax could involve some big names from our farm. Alex Freeland, the organization's number 3 prospect, or Jackson Ferris, our lefty ranked as the number 4 prospect, and number 69 overall in the MLB rankings, could be part of that package. That's 2 years of arbitration guaranteed for Jax, which means he's not a half-season rental. It's a move that impacts now and echoes through 2027. And behind this rumor, there's an entire dance back and forth that rumor lovers know all too well. Messages exchanged between executives, scouts revisiting reports, discreet calls while the market heats up. Andrew Friedman knows every decision like this is a double-edged sword. If it works, Jax could be the reliever who slams doors shut when it matters most. If it doesn't, you're sacrificing promising talent that could bring a bigger return down the line. It's the eternal dilemma haunting a franchise dreaming of repeating the 2020 feat. But this time, without an asterisk, no debates, with the undeniable victory in October run that only a reliable bullpen can guarantee. Just picture the scene, Jax arriving, slotting in as a setup man. Maybe he's used in the 7th or 8th inning, setting the stage for a more rested closer. That takes immense pressure off the rotation and gives Dave Roberts the freedom to play matchups that don't exist today. But what if the trade doesn't happen? Can we trust that the current pitchers will hold up to the hits of 5 or 7 game series against the Braves, Phillies, or any other National League powerhouse? This is when I turn to you, fan, and ask, what's the price of buying one more shot at October? Would you give up Freeland, who could be an everyday infielder in 2 years? Would you send off Ferris, a lefty that many believe could be part of the rotation's future? Is it worth it? Or do you hold on to what you have and hope the bullpen wakes up in the second half, betting on luck, injured arms coming back, and miracles from the mound coach? That's why, here on this channel, you're a part of this decision. Hit that like button now. Drop your comment below. If you were in Friedman's shoes, would you pick up the phone and send those prospects to Minnesota? Or would you wait it out? Answer in the comments. Because here the blue flame only stays alive when every fan opens their heart and gives their opinion. Trade number 2. Have you ever felt that chill in your stomach, that shiver running down your spine, while sitting in the stands at Dodger Stadium? The sun slowly setting behind the hills of Chavez Ravine, the heavy silence of the blue crowd holding its breath as the game seems to pause in time, waiting for that moment that can change everything. Now, with the trade deadline fast approaching, a question pulses strongly in every Dodgers fan's heart. Will the front office really risk the franchise's future to give the season one more golden shot? Because here, under the blue sky of Los Angeles, every trade goes far beyond numbers, contracts, or stats. It carries the weight of history, the power of tradition, and the living hope of finally lifting the trophy that has kept slipping from Blue Heaven's hands for far too long. The Dodgers are synonymous with era-defining decisions, those bold, visionary trades that changed the course of the franchise forever. Who could forget the audacity that brought Clayton Kershaw to the team and turned him into one of the biggest pillars of the club's modern era? Or the strategic moves of the 80s and 90s that shaped entire generations of champions, turning Chavez Ravine into a true baseball sanctuary? That aura of greatness, that mystique surrounding every play, every signing, is what keeps the flame of Blue Heaven burning. What makes every fan feel part of a lineage that transcends time. Today, another page is about to be written, and the tension in the air is almost tangible. If you're part of this passionate community that never misses a play, that knows by heart the shine of that unmistakable blue, this is your place. This channel is a space where every rumor, every piece of news is discussed as if it were the decisive moment of a playoff game. So hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. Because together, we are the force that keeps this story alive, this passion that never sleeps, even on the hardest days. This is Dodgers Nation, and every voice matters. Now, With the trade deadline closing in fast, the Dodgers have already started working behind the scenes, searching for that piece that could make the difference in the hunt for the long-dreamed-of title. And among the names gaining serious traction is right-handed pitcher Jhoan Duran of the Minnesota Twins, brought up by the respected journalist Jeff Passan. Duran isn't just another name on the list. He's a force of nature in the roller coaster that is an MLB bullpen. Standing an imposing 6'5" and weighing 230 pounds, he commands respect and intimidates any batter who has to face him. His fastball tops 100 miles per hour, a true rocket, combined with splitter that reaches 98 miles per hour, and a curveball that leaves opponents completely off balance. So far, Duran hasn't allowed a single home run this season and boasts a 1.52 ERA, ranking third in MLB among pitchers with at least 40 innings pitched. But like any rare gem, the price to land Duran won't be cheap. He still has 2 years of team control with the Minnesota Twins, which takes the trade value to another level. The Dodgers know time isn't on their side, especially with Shohei Ohtani's peak shining brighter on the horizon. Building a roster capable of competing on every front is a clear and urgent goal for front office. The bullpen, already one of the Dodgers' most feared weapons, features names like Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, and Alex Vesia. Adding Duran to that explosive mix could turn the group into a true nightmare for opposing hitters, strengthening one of the most important parts of ensuring consistency and solidity in the tensest moments of the postseason. But what's really happening behind the scenes as this deal starts to take shape? The halls of Chavez Ravine are buzzing with negotiations and backroom conversations that almost feel like state secrets. Andrew Friedman, the architect of the Dodgers' boldest decisions, and his team are focused on putting together a package that could convince the Twins to part with Duran without compromising the franchise's future too heavily. And that involves not just money, but also young farm talent. Players many fans have been following since their first appearances and who represent the promise of the blue future. It's a delicate balancing act. Giving up those gems to strengthen the present could be risky, but it might also be a necessary gamble to make sure another real championship shot doesn't slip away. On social media, the fan base can't contain itself. Every rumor triggers an avalanche of opinions, anxiety, and heated debates about what's best for the team. Is it worth sacrificing part of the future to ensure the bullpen's strength? That's a question echoing in fan groups, forums, and even on the lips of the diehard supporters who live the teams every day. Picture yourself there, next to Friedman in the war room, hearing every detail of the negotiations, feeling the weight and responsibility of every decision that could change the seasons and the Dodgers' history. And if this trade happens, what would the real impact be on the field? Duran's arrival could bring a new level of security and power to the bullpen, freeing up other arms to focus on their offensive and defensive roles. It's a move that might mean fewer innings for some pitchers, but that strengthens the team's overall strategy, depth, and resilience. On the other hand, if the rumor doesn't come true, the Dodgers will have to rely on the current roster setup, which, while strong, still faces uncertainty heading into the brutal battle that is October baseball. Compared to other franchises, it's clear that a solid bullpen can be the difference between a team that just dreams and a team that lifts the trophy. And no one knows that better than the Dodgers, who are used to chasing excellence in every detail. Fan, now's the time for you to imagine. Would you sacrifice part of the farm's future to try and secure that ring now? It's a question that weighs heavily, that divides opinions, and that only those who truly live this passion can answer. Share your opinion in the comments. Tell us what you would do if you were in the front office's shoes, if you were the one holding the reins of this blue giant that is Los Angeles. And to wrap up, stay tuned, because in the next video we'll reveal another hot trade rumor that's heating up behind the Dodgers' closed doors. A move that could shake the hearts of the fan base even more. If your heart is already racing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. so you don't miss a single heartbeat of this story we live and breathe. The story of Blue Heaven. Because here, every frame isn't just news. It's a piece of our passion, our home, our Blue family.